Hi, I'm Tristan with Old English Outfitters, and today we're going to be covering the new B&T Print XH suppressors. Now, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you may be asking yourself, didn't we just do a review of the Print X? Yes, we did. As I stated in that video, which, by the way, I would recommend watching that before this one, but you do you. B&T likes to iterate on models pretty rapidly, so by the time one comes out, they've probably already got a couple prototypes and stuff going. These are generally the same performance, same cans, same low back pressure. So what's new? The XH, the H stands for hybrid. The hybrid construction is the big deal with these suppressors. They're going to have an Inconel blast baffle with the rest of the suppressor baffles and body being titanium. The end cap is also stainless steel. So what's the benefit of having a hybrid construction? So you get many of the advantages of the different materials without a lot of the downsides. So Inconel is really good at heat resistance and just being really tough and durable, but it is going to kind of weigh a lot. That's kind of the downfall. It's also going to retain and kind of soak heat, so it's not going to cool down very fast. Where titanium is very lightweight, cools down very fast, but it also heats up really fast. And titanium's still really durable. You're not really giving up strength per se. Titanium's very strong material. People put them on belt feds and all sorts of stuff, B&T specifically. But at the end of the day, Inconel is going to be a little bit more tough. So making the blast baffle out of Inconel to kind of take the brunt of those forces makes a lot of sense. But with the rest of the suppressor being titanium, you do save a lot of weight. The end cap being stainless steel, that is going to kind of dramatically help with flash reduction. As I stated in the previous video, titanium cans tend to spark pretty dramatically in low light situations. So that is the main focus with the XH, is to save weight, be durable, and dramatically cut the flash reduction for a mostly titanium can. Now let's get into some of the specs of the cans. The full size is coming in at 7.1 inches, a diameter of 1.73 inches. On the scale, it's just over 12 ounces with the direct thread mount. The SC is coming in at 5.2 inches, same diameter, 1.73. The SC weighs just over 10 ounces. One thing to note, the black XH cans are Silencer Shop exclusive, and they come with the low-profile direct thread hub mount. There is one thing I wanted to point out. Taking off the hub mount, I noticed that the blast baffle is more cut out, and it looks more like a star. Kind of the star baffle is B&T's thing. But in contrast with the Print X is kind of a solid circle, where the XH has small cutouts around the perimeter of the blast baffle. This is probably just another way of saving extra weight. You're not really going to lose a whole lot there, I would think. I just thought that was something worth pointing out. Now on to our sound test. We shot both cans on a 16-inch and a 10.3 upper. We also threw in a comparison with two other popular K cans, the Polonium K and the Cat White Bread. Just wanted to see how the B&T SC kind of stacked up against a couple other popular options on the market. So from the sound test, I think the XH cans perform really well. I would say the SC is more at home on the 16-inch, and then the full size is more at home on the 10.3. To my mind, that kind of makes sense. There's a little bit more back pressure with the full size on the 16-inch, and I'm talking just a few percentage points. Like, not a huge difference, but it is slightly noticeable. Where with the SC, the K size can, I would say it's a little bit more pleasant. It's also proportionally, it feels about right. And then the same on the 10.3. But yeah, 10.3 barrels are pretty abusive, so having the extra baffles of the full size kind of really helps tame that, kind of captures all the unburnt powder, you get a little bit less blast. I think it's just overall recommended, a little bit better of experience. And the same thing with the SC on the 16-inch, that feels right at home there. But as far as the actual sound goes, I think these are pretty well performing for a low back pressure can. I think these are a good midpoint. I don't think they're full flow through. They're not like a traditional can. They're kind of right in the middle, kind of the best of both worlds. That is the main objective with this can. Yes, they are low back pressure, but they're still going to sound fairly decent. Now, with the SC compared to the Polo K and the Cat White Bread, I think that stands true. To my ear, I think the White Bread sounds a little bit better, but I think the B&T very slightly less back pressure. If I had to pick one, and I'm talking they're real close, the White Bread probably sounds a little bit better. And then the Polonium K is no slouch either. For about $500, you can't really complain a whole lot. I think the Polo K definitely punches above its weight class in terms of sound reduction, but you do have more back pressure. That's just kind of the thing. Now let's talk about our flash test. Again, we shot both cans on a 16-inch and a 10.3 upper. We also threw in the Rotex 762 Ti from the last review. So we wanted to put it in there kind of as a comparison or a control group, if you will, to kind of get a base for the sparking, to really highlight the difference with the XH. So I'll let you watch that and we'll reconvene in just a minute. Now from the flash test, I would say the XH cans perform really well for what they are. For a mostly titanium constructed can, pretty minimal sparking, I would say. Now when you look at the Rotex 762, ideally we would have used a 5.56 can, but this is the only titanium can we had on hand, so it's gonna have to do. The Rotex 762 Ti pretty much sparked almost every shot. You'd have one or two rounds here or there that had no flash or spark, but for the most part, I would say it's going to spark most of the time. Now with the XH in comparison, most of the time, the first round is going to have the biggest flash, and then sometimes that's the only flash, and then every consecutive shot is going to be pretty much nothing. It's there, you just can't really see it. So a common pattern, and I've seen this with some other testing online before I conducted mine, was there would be a kind of a first round spark, I guess, and then it'd be no flash after that, which is really good. Mine was a little bit more intermittent. It would be almost every first round there'd be a spark, and then it'd go dark for several shots, and then every once in a while there'd be an occasional another spark. There's a lot that could affect this. Probably ammo would be my first guess. So from the footage, you can probably tell that the 10.3 was pretty abusive on the subcompact can. That's really not a great combo. Generally, a short can on a short barrel is not the best combo, especially for flash. Like I was saying earlier, you really need those extra baffles on a 10.3 barrel to kind of contain the blast, and it's pretty evident from the footage that this is not the best combo if you're going after optimal flash performance. Now on a 16-inch, it was better, and it does follow the same pattern as the full size, where there'd be one burst of flash and then pretty much dark after that. And in context, I think these are pretty good. Yeah, and you're gonna get people that want absolute no sparking or no flash at all, but I would argue those people would probably be better suited for an Inconel can. If you go for something really performing in one category, usually it's gonna have a drawback somewhere else. So with Inconel, really good flash reduction, but it's going to weigh a lot. People chasing like really high performing stuff are going to have to deal with the drawbacks. I think with the XH cans, B&T is going for a more well-rounded approach for the general end user. These are going to make a lot of sense. You kind of get the best of both worlds without really any of the downsides. Yes, you do still have minimal sparking, but that is such a kind of a niche category. I feel like most people are not going to be shooting in low light situations or at night. It always boils down to what your goal is, what you want out of a can. If you want a general purpose, general use can, I think the XH is the ticket. And that's the beauty of B&T's lineup. They're still going to offer the Inconel and the full titanium, and then these XH kind of slot right in the middle. They're kind of a perfect midpoint between both styles of can, and you retain a lot of the good attributes from either with very little downside of Inconel or titanium. You're way lighter. You're really durable still with the Inconel blast baffle. Still have the good sound reduction, low back pressure. For a lot of people, I think the XH is going to be a really well-rounded option. Guys, that's all I have for this video. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We do have links down below for all of our socials if you're interested. Let us know what you think about these cans down in the comments below, or if there's any other cans you want us to take a look at, we will read all those and kind of get back to you. But for now, I'm Tristan with Old English Outfitters, and we will see you next time.